Hey everyone, Joe here with the I Know Prepper channel. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video. I've just been super busy, and for those of you who are familiar with my channel and know me, you know that I am a painting contractor by trade, and right now I am in the thick of my painting season, so it's been just really hectic. I finally got a little break in my job, so I was able to have a little bit of time today, although I spent the first part of today with my kids and my family trying to catch up on that, and then some household projects. But right now, let's see, what time is it? 9 o'clock. So I figured, oh, I have about an hour to make a video before I go to bed. So that's what I'm doing today. So I put together some gear here, and I thought I would go ahead and talk to you guys about some of the gear that you might want to be putting together before this election season goes in, and also some of the habits that we as preppers find ourselves getting into, especially when times are good. And most people kind of get this way. We tend to rest on our laurels a little bit, and we're not preparing quite as much. Or maybe, you know, you go through an experience, it was a little crazy, and you think, oh, I need to get this, that, and the other thing, and you put some supplies together, and then you kind of sit back and take a deep breath and feel like, I think I got it covered. But then something happens, you know, the economy starts getting kind of crazy, or, you know, something happens in our country that kind of gets you on edge a little bit, and then you kind of run downstairs to look at your preps or whatever, and you realize, oh gosh, I don't have nearly enough. So that's what today's video is kind of going to be about, is just maybe some of the supplies that are readily available right now, and things you might want to top off on your preps, and things you might want to get right now while the getting is good and it's not, you know, too crazy. You're not waiting until the last minute when everybody's running to the store trying to buy the same thing. So I'll go ahead and start this video with the most essential part of anybody's preparedness plan, which is water. So this water system that I currently have is by a company called Sagan. So they actually sent me out these water bottles, and the ones I was using before, I think most people are familiar with, are the Reliance bottles, and they're pretty good. They're kind of the big 5-gallon water jugs. But the thing about those that I don't like is, one, they're pretty flimsy, and two, they're just, you know, when you fill them up, they're just really heavy. So these are great, perfect water containers. They're 3-gallon water containers, and they have the spigot that can kind of basically, you screw this off and it goes inside. And then they have these really good stacking features where you can, you know, just buy multiple of these and stack them up. But the greatest thing about these water bottles is that they're extremely durable. I mean, I can put these on the ground and stand up on them and like jump on them. I mean, they're that sturdy. And I think there was even a video where a guy had one of these filled up with water, and he drove his car over them. So they're just crazy durable. The other thing that I have here is one of their water filtration devices. So there are a lot of water filtration devices on the market, as you know, and I have quite a few of them. But I haven't had a chance to actually break this open, but I have read through the instructions. I've watched some videos on it, and this actually looks like a pretty cool water filter. It's just real simple, but this is the tube here, and then this is the water filter part right here, and that goes in the water. And then you basically just squeeze this tube right here, and that pumps the water right out of the top there, just like that. So pretty cool water filter right there. The other thing I have, and I just received this not too long ago, is this solar powered generator by EcoFlow. I am going to be doing a full extensive review on this generator, and I also have the solar panels that come with it. So only reason I haven't been able to put that video together is just our weather here in North Idaho has been terrible, and we just haven't had any sun. So I've just been waiting for a sunny day to basically do a review on this solar generator, solar panel setup. And you know, as soon as the weather gets better, I'll definitely be doing a video on this. And I'm actually excited to do it because I'm going to incorporate it into a camp out that I plan on doing here pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that video. So another thing that I was thinking about, and this is like a common question that I get in my comments, is, you know, hey Joe, I'm new to prepping. What's a good starting point for me? And normally I would always have said, like, you know, start putting rice and beans in Mylar bags and buckets. Like that should be the starting point. But now I'm kind of rethinking that. I think actually you should probably start by just putting together a basic EDC. I was just going to do like a full video just on my EDC alone, but you know, I've done a few of those and I don't know, they're kind of boring. It wouldn't be very long. So I just figured I'd incorporate my most recent EDC gear into this video. So the first thing I want to show you with my EDC, and like I said, I definitely think this is the starting point for anybody that's getting into preparedness. You know, I would say just put together a basic EDC kit. If you're not familiar with what EDC is, it just basically stands for everyday carry. So these are the items that you would carry with you on a daily basis. And they're items that you would put together in the anticipation of like whatever situation or emergency you might find yourself in. So, but I'll go ahead and start with my pistol. So I think that that is like a pretty good starting point for anybody who might be getting into preparedness, is maybe just go ahead and get right in, you know, get yourself a defensive weapon. So the pistol that I carry is a M&P Shield by Smith & Wesson. This is chambered in 9mm, and I have the TLR 6 laser light combo on this weapon. And the holster that I'm carrying with it is just a basic Kydex holster by We the People. I was actually about to buy a brand new holster for this, but this gun is a little old, a little outdated, and I was having a really hard time finding a holster for it. And I found one company on eBay, and they sent me, you know, I got a really good holster, but it was for a different gun, and unfortunately it just didn't fit this. So, you know, it was my bad. I ended up misreading the description on the holster. So anyways, I just figured, you know what, I'll just stick with the holster I have on this. And because I probably plan on actually upgrading and getting into a different EDC pistol pretty soon here, probably get into something like a Glock 19, but something with a higher mag capacity, because this gun right here only carries like a maximum of 9 rounds. You get 1 in the chamber and 8 in the magazine. So it's a very comfortable, very, you know, slim gun, perfect gun for like concealed carry. But as far as the mag capacity goes, just, you know, not the greatest. But I'll probably hang on to this and kind of keep it as like a backup EDC. But definitely, you know, sometime in the future, I'm going to get into a higher mag capacity gun. And then before I forget, with my pistol, I always carry an extra mag. And the ammo that I actually use in my concealed carry weapon is this Critical Defense by Hornady. And this is the 115 grain FTX hollow point ammo. All right, so the next part of my EDC kit here is this small boo-boo kit. So this is really cool. This is a basic little boo-boo kit pouch that is made by a company called Helicon, and I'll make sure to leave links in the description for all of the gear that you see in today's video. But this is just a really cool pouch, and I filled it full of just some basic boo-boo kit stuff like band-aids and some ointment and steri strips and things like that. But I just really like the way this actually looks, and it's so slim you can just fit it in your back pocket or like a side pant pocket or something like that. But it just makes like a perfect basic little EDC first aid kit. Next part of my EDC is this Leatherman, and this is the rebar. And this is just a really good multi-tool. So it has the needle nose pliers right there, and then a regular plier right there. And then they have some premium wire cutters right there. And then this is actually right in there is like a little wire crimper. And then all the tools they have here, we got like a full knife, got like a basic wood and metal file right there. There's an awl right here. And then we have, let's see, we got a regular flathead screwdriver right there, or like a can, not a can opener, but I actually can use this for lifting up like my paint can, the lids on my paint cans. And then and this is like a smaller screwdriver right there. And then this little thing here, I actually had to look this up because I was thinking, what is this little ring for? This is actually for a lanyard. So you can just like open this up and then put like a little lanyard on the end here. So pretty cool little thing. And then on this side, we have a basic serrated knife. We have a saw. We have a Phillips head screwdriver. And then we have a can opener and bottle opener. So pretty much everything that you would need in a multi-tool. All right, so this is the newest addition to my EDC for this year. And this is a flashlight. It is the X3 Owl by a company called Woobin. Woobin is like a newer flashlight company. They've been on the scene for, I don't know, a couple years now, but they have just been growing rapidly and putting out some really cool flashlights. But this is definitely one of the coolest ED flashlights you'll ever come across, just in terms of its functionality and what it has to offer. When I first got it, I was a little skeptical of it just because it was just so odd and it's just a kind of a weird shape. But the thing that gives this, or the most unique part of this flashlight, is its ability to rotate the head 180 degrees just like that, which gives it, you know, its name, the owl. It's kind of like a shifting head plus the eyes kind of make it look like an owl. But this has, I think, 3 different ways of charging it. It has the wireless charging capability right here. And then if you buy the flashlight, it comes with like a standard charger and you just stick it in to the charger and it charges that way. Or you can buy this separate charging port right here. And this basically functions as a battery. So you can just place this light in here when it's dead and it will start charging the flashlight back up automatically. What else is cool about this is that you can put this little lens right in front of it and put your light on, and it acts as like a little tent light or something like that. So really cool little charging port and flashlight. The other thing about this flashlight is it's got magnets, so you can actually stick this like on anything metal. You can stick it on the on your car hood if you're having engine troubles and you're working on your car at night. You can put this right on the hood and rotate the head down and shine it down. That way you have light when you're working on your car. It also has this clip right here, and you can basically clip it on your hat, and basically just functions like if you're doing something in your hands, you can basically have this light shining down and just provides a nice lighted workspace. Or you can flip the head forward and then it all basically acts as like a headlamp. Or you can just use the clip and put it right into your pocket. So there are quite a few different lighting modes on this little flashlight, and that's one of the features that I love about this light is how many options it gives you as far as lighting features. So the first mode would be the 1 lumen there, and then you hold it down and you get the 50 lumen, and then hold it down again, and that is the 150 lumen. And then you can hit it twice, and that's the turbo 700 lumen mode, and it's just a super bright mode right there. The other mode is if you just hold it on, you basically have this red light here. This is like an infrared light, and you can hold it and it basically sequences through the different modes just like the regular light does. So really cool light, and definitely excited to have this as like my new EDC light. All right, the next part of my EDC is some sunglasses. So I have these sunglasses by Spy, and Spy makes some really nice sunglasses, and they sent me these out not too long ago, but they're just a really high quality, premium, comfortable pair of sunglasses. They are polarized, which is nice, and just a lot better than the cheapy sunglasses that I normally buy where the tinting starts to rub off and everything. So these are just some really nice sunglasses, and they come with this nice little protective sack and then this hard case. So a really cool pair of sunglasses there. The other thing I always carry as part of my EDC is a notepad and a pen. So I just have these basic small Write in the Rain notepads. I buy these in the 5 packs, and these are made by a company called Jace, but they're really affordable, high quality notepads. All right, and last but not least, I have a new folder knife. So this is the Para 3 by Spyderco. It has the CTS BD1N carbon enriched or nitrogen enriched steel. It's just a really comfortable, lightweight knife. It's one of those knives where when I first got it, it just didn't look like much, but as soon as you get it in your hand, I don't know what it is, but something about like high quality knives, it's just like, you can tell it's high quality the second you feel it, and especially the second you feel, you know, the action of the knife. So everything is just very solid. It's extremely sharp, extremely lightweight, and that's, you know, and it's slim. That's what I love about these knives, is just like you can put them in your pocket and just forget that they're there. So I'm just really excited to have this as a new EDC knife. All right, so moving on. I got my bug out bag here, and this is definitely something that I think everybody should have. I'm going to be doing a video on this bag. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but mainly it's just been, I didn't have a lot of stuff that I've added to it since the last time I did a bug out bag video, but I kind of went through it. Because we're going into the summer, a lot of stuff does just change because the seasons change. And the last time I did a review on this bug out bag, it was winter, so everything was kind of set up for more like winter related survival. But I have added a new sleeping bag and a sleeping pad. So essentially I basically added a whole new sleeping system. I've added some new stuff to my hunting kit and to my medical kit that's in here, and some basic things like that. So I'll definitely be doing a video on this pretty soon. I just haven't decided if I'm gonna do just a video on the bug out bag, or like a video of the bug out bag and me going out and using all this stuff. So another thing that's really important that we should all have are just some good blankets. Make sure that, you know, you have a lot of really good wool blankets, sleeping bags, or whatever you need to kind of keep warm. Because if things go crazy and, you know, people show up and you need to take care of people, you're going to want to make sure that the sleeping arrangements are all, you know, squared away, and that if you have people coming over and staying at your house, that you have a way of, you know, keeping them all warm so that they can sleep well. All right, so the next subject I want to cover is hunting and fishing and procuring your own food. So this is a subject that's not really talked a lot about in the preparedness circles, but I think it's definitely an important subject because, you know, for those of you hunters out there and fishermen, you know, like how valuable of a skill set it is to have the ability to get your rifle or your fishing pole and go out and basically procure you know, enough food to last you through a whole season. Not only that, but, you know, you can do it for relatively cheap. I mean, you can, you know, with one deer tag or one elk tag, you can fill your freezer and keep your family fed for quite a long time. So make sure, for those of you, you know, who have hunting rifles, get yourself a good hunting rifle. Make sure that it's operating really well, and really consider stepping up your hunting game this year. I know I definitely am, because I've just been slacking on it the last few years, and our freezer is just not as full as it normally has been. So it's definitely something I'm going to be doing differently this year, is just going out and making sure that, you know, I can get an elk this year and just pack the freezer. And not only that, I mean, it's affordable. You just the cost of an elk tag or a deer tag, and you have an abundance amount of meat, but it's also extremely healthy for you. So definitely, you know, for those of you who don't have your hunting or fishing license, I would definitely say go out there, take the test for the hunting license, and get yourself a deer tag or an elk tag, and put some meat in your freezer. And for those of you fishermen, you know, start catching fish and putting them in the freezer, because it's a great healthy way and cheap way to fill up your refrigerators and freezers and keep your family fed. All right, so the next topic I want to cover here is communication. So I know I bring this up quite a bit, but I just think it is just a critical aspect of any preparedness plan, and that is just a way to communicate. So whether you're communicating with your friends, family, or your neighbors, make sure that you have a high quality set of handheld radios and that everybody that you plan on communicating with, they are all familiar with what frequency and channels you're all going to be operating and functioning on, because communication is just going to be one of the key aspects of surviving any type of emergency situation. All right, so the next subject we're going to cover is medical. So I think we all know how important medical is, but this is just a basic IFAC. These can, you can make these yourself. They're really easy to make. I'll make sure to leave links in the description for all of the supplies that you would need to put together a basic IFAC like this. But this one here just basically consists of like a compression bandage, a tourniquet, some medical shears, a bunch of gauze, and some nitrile gloves. I got some stretch tape in here. Got a couple emergency blankets, and then I have a red glow stick for emergency indication. But I would definitely strongly suggest that you guys, make a couple of these, at least have one for each vehicle in your household. And just always make sure that you have one of these on hand at all times. Plus, you definitely want to consider just having your basic first aid kits. And what I like to do is actually for the big ones is just go and buy the pre-made ones at the store, like at Walmart, and just, wait for them to go on sale. But have a lot of those, especially if you have kids. Our kids are going through Band-Aids like you wouldn't believe. So definitely make sure that you have all of your medical supplies in order. So this is another kit that I just put together, and this is a navigation kit. So this is actually something new that I put together with my bug out bag system, but I basically just wear this on my chest, and inside this kit I pretty much have everything that I would need to navigate land, plus I have some emergency signaling devices in here as well. But on the front panel here I just have some glow sticks, I have a pair of binoculars, I have a pair of fluorescent marking tape, and then I have a emergency whistle. This is by Tops Knives. In this pouch right here, I keep a high quality compass. I have a GPS. This is by Garmin, and it is their eTrex 22X. And then of course I have a map in here, and it has my area already on the front here. I also keep a Right in the Rain notepad in here as well, along with a basic multi-tool. This is just a Gerber multi-tool. And all of this gear is just nicely contained in this chest rig. And this is a chest rig by a company called Winex. And it's just a really high quality, affordable chest rig, super comfortable. And just a great kit to have, or great pouch to have for all of that essential gear that you want to access when you're on foot. You don't want to, have it in your backpack and have to stop while you're on foot and get to it. This way you just have total accessibility to all of your most essential items. All right, so the last subject I want to cover, and this is also a subject that isn't discussed quite a bit in the preparedness circles, but it's just having an alternative way of cooking your food. So here I have a propane tank, and then I have this basic Coleman camp stove. So we're all familiar with these stoves. They're just great little stoves to have. But typically they usually work in conjunction with the smaller propane tanks, which I actually have a lot of those. But if you guys have noticed, if you've ever bought those things recently, you'll notice that they've really gone up in value. I think they're like, it's like $12 or something, close to like $10 for a 2-pack. It used to be like $5. So I've just actually been using the full-size propane tanks. It's just a lot more affordable, and I have about 6 of these on hand, and I try to keep them full, full at all times. But you know, if the grid goes down and you have an electric stove or something, you're not going to be able to cook your food. Or if things get really bad and you have a gas stove and there's no gas, you're not going to be able to cook your food the way that you normally have. So make sure you have the ability to cook your food. You know, I know that everybody's probably thinking in the back of their mind, like, well, I could always just start a fire. Trust me, you don't, like, if you're having to start a fire to cook every meal, it's just going to get really exhausting. Plus, it's just, you know, starting fires is just creating a big signal and drawing unwanted attention to you. So, you know, I definitely would advise that to go ahead and put together some propane tanks and put together like an alternative way of cooking your food in case of an emergency where you just don't have access to cooking your food in your home. So make sure to have plenty of propane tanks, make sure they're all full, and make sure that you have, you know, a stove or a way, you know, some burners to cook your food on. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a little random. I was kind of going through all of the gear that I think you guys should get before the coming struggle, and then I had an EDC review in the middle of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you're interested in any of the gear that you saw in today's video, I'll make sure to leave links in the description. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button. And if you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. So with that said, until the next time, stay prepared.